Hello guys, my name is Amir. Welcome to my channel Golden Ace. Today we have an amazing guest, Elias Reyna, and I would love for you to write your questions in comment section, so I will answer them in part 2 of this video. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Hello Elias, what's up man? We are here with Elias Reyna, and pleasure to meet you man here. And I want to explain a little bit about you for our audience. I know you are a youth and a worship leader, and also you are a creator of the Link Up, right? And
Sure.
also I hear that you like fashion, and of course YouTuber. You are a YouTuber. And the nice part is you have your own brand, and especially for tie and bow tie. A
That's
little
right. That's right.
explain it for us, man.
Man, well, this quarantine was pretty long. I can say that for sure. This quarantine's pretty long. It was for me. I think it was like a make it or break it season of my life, where I can do something, where I can stay home all day, obviously, and watch Netflix and watch Hulu and watch all these different things.
Yeah,
But
most
I
definitely.
think yeah, exactly. So instead of wasting my time, thank God I had leaders too. I had mentors that helped me through this process, and how you said I was able to um, you know, even through a shutdown church, I was able to serve my church still as a youth leader. I was still able to give the Bible studies to our youth groups, to my Bible study group. Along with that, I started the link up. Right, the link up was something tremendous. It was different, and thank God that happened too. It's I'll explain a little bit more about it later, but and then at the same time, that's where I decided to launch my business as well. So I saw the opportunity and took action, man.
Really great, man. I love it. I love it. And the nice part about your brand is when any customer buy any item of your website, you give a percentage to research for cancer, right? And
That's
that's
right.
amazing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. I mean, during this quarantine, I have a friend. She has her own nonprofit, and she's in Honduras, and she teaches orphans how to play instruments and stuff, and that's her own form of evangelism. So, with that being said, we're also going to be sponsoring her as well, and we're like in the process, like writing the papers and trying to get all the, all the logistics and legalities done, right? So yeah, man. That's our motto. Men's fashion for good cause. So
So
there's
great,
that.
man. So great. Perfect. And take me back a little. Explain yourself for me of your childhood. What's your nationality, and a little bit explain about yourself.
Of
How
course, of
you
course.
get there.
Yeah, of course, of course. Of course, I still have a long way to go. But some people might still say I'm a child, right? I'm 20 years old, but they still might say I'm a child. But dude, I was born in a hospital in I think Bellflower. I don't know where, now Los Angeles, but I was born in Bell. So I was born in LA. I was there from like when I was 1 years old, obviously, right? I was born to like 6 or 5 years old or 7 years old. So when we were over there, I was born in the church. My parents are both Christian. My dad's a minister, and my mom, she just served a lot in the church, whatever capacity, being a youth leader as well. Youth pastors, both my parents as well. My dad is a bass player, and guitarist and pianist, and he sings. My mom sings as well.
Really great.
So yeah, so we were very very involved in church. And at a young age, man, I always like going to church with my little bow tie, with my tie, with my hair put to the side. I just tell my mom that she can vestirme como un hermano, and I'll translate that for you. It's basically say like, can you dress me up like a brother, right? And
Wow,
as a
nice.
brother, we call each other brothers and sisters in the church. My
Right.
mom, can you dress me like a brother, right? So I show up my bow tie, I show up my suit, I show up my hair put to the side, right, like slick and classy. So those are my parents. My dad had a business, right? So my dad was a business owner for many years. I think it's like 15 years. He had his own mechanic shop. He's a great, tremendous mechanic. He fixes like German. He's an expert in German engineered cars. So if you bring like a Volkswagen, one of those Jettas, an Audi, whatever it is, Mercedes. I think Mercedes, right? Maybe too.
Yeah, German cars,
if you, yeah, all these German cars, dude. My dad's amazing with them.
Perfect.
So it's pretty cool. I have older sisters as well, and so I grew up with them. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of three. So yeah.
What was your age when you start to a little understand about I mean church, nice clothes, classic clothes, yeah, with tie.
Yeah.
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 What was your age when you
Honestly,
started?
bro, all my life, kind of when I first started, starting to put my stuff together, like my clothes together, my ties, my bow ties. Maybe when I was like 10, 11 years old, because growing up like in the Christian Apostolic Church, right? Shout out to my Apostolic Church. For my Christian friends, right? I mean, you grow up in the church and you want to look your best for God. That's the thing. You want to look your best for God. Some people might say it's a fashion show. Some people might say this and that, and it can be. It can be. But my thing was always that I want to look my best for God. So my sisters, they're the ones who kind of like started dressing me up, when I was a kid up to when I was like 10 years old. When I became 10 years old, that's when I started, dressing myself up a little bit more, started doing my hair by myself. I had my little faux hawk at that time. That's when I started wearing more bow ties and ties. And I think when I was 12 years old, I had my Instagram, right? I made my Instagram for the first time. And my name was Bow Tie Man. I literally just left it as Bow Tie Man.
Yeah.
And I never changed it. Changed it after that. Yeah. And then if you see, it's not on there anymore. But on my archives, the first picture that I post, it's me with with a white shirt, I think a black bow tie, and then like a blue cardigan, my faux hawk, and like little bracelets that I would get from school and stuff.
Wow.
And on the bottom it says #bow tie.
Wow, nice.
So
Really cool.
It's pretty funny.
So nice, man. You're a model. You should continue as this part two. You should improve that too. And I really like that.
Of course.
I'm a big fan of that. Formal clothes with tie, with bow tie, and I really like your website. And you become a leader. That's the perfect thing. You try to be in a great place. So how you improve yourself?
So one thing that I want to clarify for people out there is that being a Christian is not easy. Yesterday gave a Bible study, and I spoke about if you're in a position, in position to succeed, in position to take the world by storm, or you in opposition, right? Where you're in opposition, not opposition. I'm sorry. What did I say? Or you in possession, right?
Yes.
Are you in possession of things of the world? Are you in possession of your own sin? You know what I mean? And one of the things says that one of my points was when you're in position, there's always going to be oppression. So it's like, even though you're in position, that doesn't mean that it's easy, man. It does not mean that it's easy. Being a Christian is not easy. It's farthest thing from being easy, bro. It's not a cakewalk,
right,
but it makes things possible. You know what I mean? It makes things possible with Christ. You when you're in the church, you want to be you want to be the best. You grow up and you see these preachers, man. You see these great men of God that preach their hearts out. Saving the lost, man. And you just see that and you just want to be that. And I mean, for me at that young age of I feel like God's always called me at a young age. Everything's always been at a young age. God's always pushed me to do something. So whenever I've grown up, the reason why I'm not saying that I'm amazing or anything like that. I'm far from perfect. But the reason why I'm at where I'm at right now is because I was always available. And you can ask anybody in my church, bro, and all my churches, bro. You can ask anybody, bro. I've never said no. And if I did, like, I'm sorry, but that was a rare occasion because I'm always saying yes, right? So I think that's one of the biggest things, when they, and then even then, when they ask who wants to be a youth leader. The first time, because I became a youth leader, the first time with a different youth pastor, and they had sign-ups and stuff. So I signed up and I was youth leader, and that time it was kind of rough. It was a rough couple of years within the youth, but then after that, we redid it again, and if you have your Bible study, and if you're reaching the lost and you're winning souls, then you're still a youth leader, So with that being said, this second time around, it's been a little bit better, man. It's been a little bit better. God's opened up doors, and that's one. Honestly, bro, that's one thing. It's not so much about of course, yeah, me trying to make myself, trying to be better, be a better speaker, be a better singer, right? Be a better this and that. But one thing is availability, right? It's availability in terms of a youth leader. Another thing is that you've got to invest, man. You've got to invest in your ministry. You've got to invest in your in whatever it is, whether you're a preacher, whether you're a singer, whether you're a musician. Like, you've got to invest. Even if you're trying to win souls, right? You're trying to help people out, trying to be the light of the world for the people who don't know who Jesus Christ is, right? So from my experience, bro, for praise, for like the praise team, that's what we call it praise team and leading worship. I have a vocal coach, man. I haven't been with her for a while now, since the quarantine. But I was with her, and I was going down there. She actually lives like a good hour away from where I'm at, and so I go every single.
Just tell me again. You call them. Start with P. You said praise
team.
Praise team.
Yeah, praise team. That's right.
Praise team. That's the first thing I hear. It's meeting information. That's nice.
Yeah. So it's praise team. You can call it the choir too, but so I invested my money, bro. I have my vocal coach, and obviously you pay them, and I improved a lot, man. I'll tell you that right now. I have a lot more to go, but you can ask my worship leaders, man. You can ask my friends, and I've improved a lot, man. So honestly, bro, that the reason that really pushed me be where I'm at is people pushing me. So that's another thing. We gotta listen to our leaders, man. If your pastor pushes you, like, and he sees something in you that you don't see in yourself, you gotta take hold of that, man, and do it, man. You just gotta do it. You know what I mean? It's literally what Nike says, just do it. So it's availability. You gotta be available, man. You gotta be available. Invest. You know what I mean? And just do it.
Yeah, that's right. You should put your energy, all your energy, just keep going. That's great.
One thing that motivates me is my faith, man. You know what I mean? I can't really say that it's been people can motivate you and stuff, but sometimes after a while, when you keep on hearing the same thing over and over again, you're kind of like, it just doesn't sound as genuine as it once did, So one thing that motivates me the most is my prayer life, man. My prayer life and my fasting life and my reading the word. And sometimes I put that to the side sometimes, and I forget to pray, I forget to fast, I forget to read the Bible, and then there I go, trying to pick up, carry my own faith. You know what I mean? But I don't know if you know this guy. His name is Ravi Zachariah, and he died recently. He's a super duper smart guy, very very smart, like theologian, like all these different, like he debates and everything, right? And he just died. But he said this. He says, if you're a Christian that that has communion with God, your faith is going to be carried by God. Your faith is going to be, just backed up by God. Like, you're going to see God in your life. But if you don't have communion with God, and you're carrying your own faith, that go ahead, you can do that all you want. You can carry the faith in yourself. You can believe in yourself. That's totally fine. Go ahead, believe in yourself. But that can only go so far. You know what I mean? That can only go so far, man. And then if you already know who God is, and you're doing that where you know who God is, and you're not bringing them along with you, like, you're gonna that weight that you're carrying, that faith that you're carrying on yourself, is gonna be so exhausting, man, that you're just gonna get tired. Absolutely. So for me, that'd be the main thing, man, my faith, man, because without God, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Without God, and I'm nowhere where I want to be right now, dude. Like, I got goals, I got dreams where I want to go. And I mean, dude, 5 years down the line, bro, like, I'm gonna look back at this, interview and just thank God, man, for that faith, and that trust that I placed in Him, right? Because it's not easy, man. It's not easy to do that. But that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
So you, when you was child, you just continue and improve yourself, and become a leader. And how you decided to have a brand, donate that percentage to charity or for research? How you start said, oh, let's do this business?
No, well, I started, like, this vision came to me, and my family, because this isn't just me. It's like me and my family came to us, maybe last year, around, like, towards the end of the year. So my uncles, right, who I say they're my mentors, and they taught me out a lot, man. They taught me a lot. They've invested their own time and stuff in what they're doing and whatnot, you know, in classes and master classes and whatnot. Um, and you know, one of my uncles reached out to me and we had a conversation, and you know, we talked about it and we're like, all right, let's do it. You know, let's do something, you know, where we can sell our own brand. I'm like, all right, let's do it then. So that process was pretty long, man. Doing all that stuff was pretty long. You know, marketing it was kind of tough, you know. And then, you know, we're doing this by ourselves. So as I'm doing this, I'm I'm learning more and more and more every single day on e-commerce, right? On marketing, on networking, on all these
Yeah,
different things. I mean, I'm taking.
that's so
Go ahead,
great.
go
You know,
ahead.
it just improve you. You know, it just improve you. And this business is nice part because you have enough information about that, and you can
Hmm.
share it with other people, and it's so great, so great. Yeah, just go
Exactly,
again.
exactly. No, of course. And you know, I spoke to you know, I was in constant communication with my family, and you know, so I mean, I myself, I know that I'm the Bow Tie Man. People started calling me the Bow Tie Man on Instagram. People started, you know, the Bow Tie Man Elias, whatever, you know,
True, right.
and
That's nice.
and you know, I ended up changing the brand name to the Bow Tie Man Elias. Um, and I mean, when I started that, really pushed me to donate as well is this, man, because you know, people might say like, oh, he's just doing it for himself. Obviously, bro, obviously I want to make money. Obviously I want to improve myself. Obviously I want to, you know, make my own business, but at the same time, you know, I know that God's going to honor it as well if I make a change in the world, if I help out, you know. So you know, the initial thought was to donate to cancer research because my grandfather is he's a cancer survivor. I don't know if he's still battling it. It's always on and off with them. But you know, it's been a rough 5 years. Like the last, no, I'm lying. It's been like a rough like 8 9 years of his life right now, where he's been battling this cancer, man. Bad, 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 bad. You know, he lost. So one of his kidneys um, dried up, and the other kidney was surrounded, dude, like literally by like a fatto um not a cyst, what is it, a tumor, bro, a huge tumor. So it's crazy because back in 2013 to 2012, maybe 12, yeah, it was around that time during Thanksgiving, I think they saw like a big old tumor that was forming around his kidney, and we're like, oh man, like that's, you know, obviously we're worried,
True, it makes
and
everyone's life of every single member of family makes
mhm.
every single of family
No,
hard. You know,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it sucks because on the X-ray you would see like the tumor like on top of the kidney, and it was huge, man, because he hadn't been in the hospital for years. So that thing's been forming for years. So he's had that cancer for years. And when they went inside, they said, you know what, we're gonna try to save it, right? We're gonna try to save it. But instead, when they go inside, they didn't see inside of that because the X-ray you can only see on top, right? They didn't see on the bottom or the sides or anything. They just saw on top. But if you see, it was actually around the kidney. It formed around the kidney. Like the tumor got so big that it was forming around the kidney and it was covering up the kidney, so they couldn't see the kidney. So with that being said, you know, my grandpa lives dialysis. So you know, every 3 days or every 2 days or something, you know, he goes to the dialysis center right here down the street from my house, and you know, he gets his blood cleaned. You know what I mean? And you know, it's rough, man. Seeing your grandpa, seeing your grandpa battle that. So one of the things that we thought was, you know what, like let's you know, let's donate to cancer research, donate something. Let's do something edifying, right? Let's help
True,
out in
to
some
help.
way
Yeah.
possible. Yeah, and along with that, you know, during the quarantine, I mean, I started the link up, right? My interviewing show, you know, where we link up with Christian influential people, and you know, to level up ultimately. But one of my friends that I spoke about right now, her name is Rose Manuelos, and she's you know, holds her own nonprofit organization in Honduras, and she's out there, man. She's out there. I think it's San Paulo Suna. I can't pronounce it right, but I might butcher it, but uh, it's number one capital in the world for murder, man. It's really bad. You know, they
Wow.
have gangs over there like cockroaches. Like it's really, really bad. They have thugs over there like cockroaches, and people really do under. I guess they don't put as much emphasis in Honduras like they do Africa or some other place. You know what I mean? Because Honduras is like the Africa, man, of the Americas. Like Honduras is like really, really bad. So she reached out to me, and I talked to her, and I actually interviewed her. I still got to post that interview too. I'm still working on that thing. Um, but I interviewed her, and she kind of, you know, poured out her heart to me, and you know, I said, you know what, because it was funny, because that same day, I think the day before, I was praying to God to show me where else, because we want to donate to 3 different charities. So we had the cancer research, and then the other one where I was praying to God. I was literally like, God, like, put something in my way. I literally prayed that prayer, man. I'm like, God, put someone in my way that I can, you know, donate to, that I can give to, that I can help out. And when she came, I was like, oh snaps, you know, this is from God. So right now we're in the process of doing all, like, you know, the legalities and, you know, logistics. But you know, one thing that I honor her for is, you know, her putting herself out there at risk even during this pandemic, and you know, helping these orphans, bro, play instruments, man, and evangelize to these orphans, you know, that there is a God. You know what I mean? There's a God, and she teaches that through her music.
Right.
So that's how that came out, and that's why I wanted to come out and help out, and that's the mission, man. You know, men's fashion for good cause.
So great, man. So great. So amazing. And do you have any other job or any other activity for yourself? Or I mean,
Yeah, I
any
mean,
other job?
yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, we got to start somewhere. So when I first started this, I was working at Discount Tire, man. I don't know if you know what Discount Tire is. It's like the Kobe Bryant. It's like the Michael Jordan of, like, tire
Oh,
selling.
okay.
So I was working there, man, for like almost a year, almost a year. And dude, I loved the coworkers, loved the managers. Really great work environment. But I mean, just doing it itself was tiring, man. Like, I remember coming home and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm over this, man.
True.
I'm
Yeah.
over this." You know, working Monday through Saturday, or I mean, you'd have days off, you know, but you'd have to work Saturdays, and Fridays, and sometimes I had things to do those days. So once I was done working, I'd go shower and then I'd leave. So in the beginning of the year, I basically, like, I was like, no, I don't want to work there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm over it. I'm over it already. Like, my back was hurting already, and I can do hard work. You know, I've done granite before. I've worked in granite before, and
But
I've done
always
stuff like that. But
they said, sorry, always they say, do hard work but smart. You
yeah,
know, so
yeah,
you prefer to find that. That's I know that that type of jobs is base and it's good for experience, but smart job is something else, and you try to find that smart job. That's great, man.
yeah, dude. I was over, man. I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. Um, so then after that, I started working at before the pandemic. I started working at an after school program where I would actually get paid a little bit more, and I would have to bring my back and whatnot. So I was gonna do that, but now with the pandemic and whatnot, they stopped that. But I was still getting paid during the pandemic, so that was kind of cool. So I mean, doing the business, you know, I've always had a second job, I can say, and that's, like, honestly, bro, serving in the church, bro. That's like my second job. Like, before, I used to go, like, every day, bro. I'd go Mondays, I'd go Tuesdays. You know, I'd go Mondays. Yeah, I'd go Mondays. I'd have Bible study Tuesdays. I'd go Wednesdays. Thursday, I'd have practice, and then Fridays we'd sometimes have events, and then Saturdays I'd have off, whatever. But then, you know, Sunday, you know, we have service as well.
During your, I mean, it was in your free time, or when you go to high school, or after that university, you so you, for example, you was busy with your university, and then near that also have your extra time for job, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, I also go to school. That's right. Right now I'm going to community college here in San Diego, and it's been a while. Dude. I've been there for a fat minute already. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there for a while. I'll tell you this right now, bro. I've never been book smart. I've never been book smart. I can go a little more street smart than anything, but, you know, I'm still there. I finally figured out what I want to do, and that's marketing, right? I want to learn marketing and all that stuff. So with that being said, yeah, man, I was going to school. Uh, you know, I was actually going to Bible college for a while too. I did my 2 years of Bible college.
Wow.
You know, I doing had my responsibilities at church. You know, I had my job, and you know, I mean, well, this business started when everything, you know, calmed down a little bit, man. So, you know, when everything's hopefully gets back to normal, you know, I'm gonna have to do the same. You know, go to my church. You know, go help out the best I can. You know, go to school. You know, take my classes, ace them, hopefully.
Yes.
And then do the business, man. Do the business.
So great, man. So great. Yeah, valuable
Yeah,
information. So,
yeah,
what's your
yeah.
next
You know,
step? Mm.
okay, for sure. With that being said, I have two goals, right? So one goal is in the church, and one goal is in like my secular life, and I'll go with the secular life first. So my secular life, I mean, right now I'm 20 years old. I want to finish my degree. I want to get my degree in marketing. I want to get married, right? I have a girlfriend. I want to get married.
All right.
She's beautiful, and shout out to my girlfriend out there. Just kidding.
Yeah, great,
I
man.
want to get married. I want to do a lot. I have a lot of goals, man. One of the biggest things is build this business, man. I want to build this business, but I don't want to just stay here. I want to continue with more businesses, with more business opportunities. I want to do something else. I want to have my own properties, bro. I
Mhm.
want to, I just want to do a lot, man. I saw this video the other day, man, of this guy, and he's like, he's like, I think he's like 20 years old. He's already a millionaire, and he's like, people always asking like, what are you like? How did you do all this stuff and this and that, or what did you do to get to where you're at? And he's like, I did everything.
Yeah,
And he
that,
literally did everything. He's like, I did e-commerce, I did sales, I did this, I did that, I did master classes, I did this and that, and it's not that I got lucky, he said, but one of those has to work for you know. He's like, I did real estate, I did all these different things, like, but one of these had to work, and that's how I started. And he says, and the best time to do it is when you're 20 years old, because you're 20 years old, you're
uh,
young, you can fail and you can do it again.
yeah,
You
you
got
can
time on
try,
your side.
fail, again, try, fail, try until you understand what you want, exactly what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, that's my goal, man. That's my goal right now. We're just starting off with e-commerce and bow ties and ties. But I pray to God that this grows.
You use any mentor in this process of learning this stuff? Probably
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I know one of them. So
Yeah,
maybe
of
it's
course you
more.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, so of course. So, I have my mentors for kind of every little thing that I do. So, for my singing, I have my vocal coach. So, she helps me out with all that stuff. She's my coach, and we talk about more than just singing. We talk about ministering and anointing, along with worship leading as well. My very good friend Daniel Cruz. So I call him Danny Cruz. Everyone calls him Danny Cruz. He's my worship leader at my church. He sings super good. Like that guy was like Tony Stark to me when I was like a young Spider-Man, bro. Like not even having powers. Like I used to look up to that guy growing up. So he helps me out a lot. He's helped me out a lot. Within my ministry. My pastor's spoken word into my life. My father as well. My father's a minister, so he's helped me out a lot with everything, whether it's even business or just life. Also, my dad's been like my life coach, along with my mom too. My mom's amazing, bro.
Wow.
Both my parents have been my mentors. My youth pastor's always been there for me. When I needed, clarity for things that I've never gone through and things that I wanted to, basically just work out in my life. Like I reached out to him. We've gone out to eat, and he's spoken life into me. Um, you know, and for business, my uncles, bro, my uncles, they've always helped me out. They're the ones who are helping me out with all this. And we're doing it together as a family, man. And this is, we're just trying to benefit each other. We're trying to help each other out. And there's things that they don't know that I know, and there's things that I don't know that they know. You know what I mean? So when we come
That's
together,
right.
we come
Yeah.
to consensus, and
Complete each
you know
other.
they help me out. Exactly. I'm like the missing puzzle to what they're doing and stuff. So, and they're the missing puzzle to my life too. So, they're mentors with that. I'd have to say, obviously, this is like Omar Alatar, right? I mean, everyone who's watching this, I met you. I met Amir through the High Ticket podcast. I mean, dude, great advice that Omar has given us. Great, intel. Great. He's an amazing guy, man. He's very, very intelligent, very, very smart. I didn't
Very
expect him to be that
friendly.
knowledgeable. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, very friendly, super humble,
Yes.
super cool. And it's funny because I just thought that we were gonna ask questions about the podcast and this and that, but then after that he became our life coach, bro, and he started talking about our lives and
Yes.
about bettering yourselves and all these different things. So Omar for sure is going to be one of them. I mean, hopefully I can continue, using them. Hopefully I'm blessed enough, bro, to the point where I can use him as my coach. You know what I mean? When I get
Yes.
up there, that is legit, bro. That is legit. So those would be my life coaches for sure, man. For sure,
Yes. Right,
those would be my
man.
life coaches.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
great time with him and so much value. So much value. I know something of Mani Kashmin. He's my, um, you know, his lifestyle is my favorite lifestyle, and he always say never give up. Just keep going, never give up.
Hmm.
And if you just keep
That's right.
going in your best, use your days every day, use it and get some values. Of course, you can have your Bentley, man.
Yeah. No, of
100%
course,
sure.
of course.
Yeah, that's great,
That's right,
man.
man. That's right.
That's great. And one almost last question. What is your advice for uh, I mean students, I mean teenagers, because they are almost like as same as us, you know, same age as us. So what is your advice for them?
Of course. I mean, honestly, man, is just do it. Just do something, man. Just do something. Whatever it is, bro. Whatever it is, just do it. And for me, I know not everybody else there, believes in God or puts God in the center of their lives. But when you do it, bring God with you, man. Because life is tough, man. Life is rough. It's gonna smack you in the face. It's gonna body slam you. It's gonna choke slam you. It's gonna RKO you. You know what I mean? Like
That's
life's gonna
right,
beat you
man.
up, man. And my advice is just basically just position yourself, man. Position yourself in a way where you're going to defeat this giant. How the hot Cheetos guy said. You know what I mean? David positioned himself, man. David positioned himself in a way where he can defeat Goliath, right? David positioned himself where he can defeat Goliath. Goliath, literally, it was none of David's business. You remember him telling us that, and this is not my. I wish I would have came up with this, but this is not what I came up with. What the hot Cheetos guy said.
Sure,
Um,
right.
you know, it was none of David's business, bro. But what did David do? He called out that giant by name. You know what I mean? He called out that giant and he defeated that giant. So it's like, just do something, man. But when you do something, let's be smart and let's position ourselves, man. And let's position ourselves and let's place God, bro, in the center of it, man. Because if honestly, man, I'll tell you this right now. There's been times in my life where I've tried to do things myself. Even within this business, like the season of my life where I started the business, there's been months where I kind of tried to do it myself and I forget my prayer life, forget my spiritual life, and it seems like the world's gonna end, man. But then there's these times where I want to. There's been these times where I'm doing the business, man, and I'm praying and I'm fasting, and maybe I'm not getting sales, or maybe I'm not doing this, or I'm doing that, and it doesn't look all it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but I still have that God factor, bro. That it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna
Sure.
happen in God's timing. So honestly, my advice is, just do it, man. Do it. Position yourself correctly. Do it. Position yourself, bro, and just hold on to the hand of God while you're doing it, man. Because how the Bible says, you can do all things like, through Christ that strengthens you. You know what I mean? So that'd
Yeah.
be my advice for the next
So
generation or
great,
our
so
generation.
great, so great, so perfect. And how many years do you have your own brand?
Dude, it's been like months, bro. It's been like we've been working on it for like almost a year now.
Mhm.
So there's that. But I mean, in a way, I guess you can say entrepreneurship or whatever you want to call it. Just maybe sales. I've been doing this since like high school, bro. Selling Tostitos, bro. I don't know if you know
Yeah.
what Tostitos are. Those are really good. Selling Tostitos, selling like, these churritos, selling Snicker bars, selling
Mhm.
whatever it is that I can sell in high school. But in terms of like, the Bow Tie Man Elias brand, we started this like, yeah, I mean, we launched it out this year. But it's been a good like nine
At
months, 10 months
first,
in the making.
yeah, at first always is like that, but second year, third year, it will improve and you will see the
Mm-hmm.
results. And I saw you
That's
give
right.
to your customers some gifts, man. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's so cool. That's so cool. So, and yeah,
Appreciate it.
I hope you reach to all of your goals, man, as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Really great.
Yeah, of course. Thank
Thanks.
you, man.
Thanks for your time. I really appreciate you accept my request and perfect. You have perfect
Of
life.
course,
Just keep
man.
going, man.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for reaching out to me, man. I mean, we don't go way back, but we go back, man, to the beginning of
Yes.
the quarantine where we're trying to figure out things. So, I mean, if you ever need anything, buddy, I'm here. I know for a fact I want to interview you, one of these days. Want to get back on the grind, for the link up. But thank you, man, for the invitation, bro. God bless you, and I'll be praying for you all the way from Cyprus, Turkey. Right? That's where you're from,
Thanks.
or
Yes.
that's where you're at right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
San
Thank
Diego,
you so
California
much.
to Cyprus, Turkey.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Circle, circle, man. Thanks, thanks. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you so
Of
much,
course.
man.
God bless you. Got it, buddy.
God bless, man. Peace.